Hi, and welcome to this video where I'm going to introduce you to the LiveCode Messaging Demo app that I made for a workshop that we held recently in Plymouth at Think Tank on 30th of May. First of all, I want to show you this. So this is, you're seeing a video, or it's frozen part of a video of a demonstration made by Ben Beaumont at RunRev Live 14, I think it must have been, in which he was, one of the things he was doing, he was showing, as you can see here, a 9-way stretch. So he was showing via messaging, via showing the GUI for a messaging app, which you can just see here, stuff on how you can change sizes of images while still keeping parts of their characteristics the same. Anyway, thank you very much, Ben. I've used part of your code, tweaked it, but I've used it. It's lovely code. You can download Ben's stack here and you can watch the video there. It's at livecode.com/livecode-7-0 and it's about halfway down the page. So the stuff I've got here is tweaked, but you can see the real stuff there. Okay, what this app does is it writes messages, sends them up, posts the data up to a script, LiveCode script I've got running on my OnRev account, sticks it into a MySQL database, and then as more and more messages build up in that channel, it starts pulling messages off and see who's talked to me, and so you can see a whole conversation taking place. I got various other people on that database. How we differentiate between the different channels is through this property here, user UUID. At the moment it's not a proper UUID, it's just a number. And at the moment the identity I have on this app here is Dave IDE. Why don't I just show you how it works? I'm just going to write some old awful stuff. And I pressed enter, I could have clicked send. So what's that done is that's taken that data, it's made use of the Dave IDE and the user UUID and the actual rubbish I've written. It's sent it up to the MySQL database and then pulled it down again just to make sure everything's okay. It doesn't save anything locally. And it's an outgoing message because it's written with this property here, okay, Dave IDE. If it appeared on a different device, if I'd given it a different identity, it would show differently. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to change to iOS because I will build, what I'll do is I'll build a version for my iPhone. It also runs on Android and of course desktop. So I could have various versions which I could give to my wife and my kids and friends, and we could all chat away, and as long as we all had the same channel we would all be able to see each other's stuff, and it would be private from other people as well. So sticking it on my phone, yes, replace the older version of my app. So the only difference between the version I'm sending to my phone and the version on the IDE is this username. So it's this bit here. Okay, so what I've built for is Dave iOS, and in fact what I'll do is I'll change that back here to Dave IDE. Okay, so I want to show you what it's like on the phone. So let's see if I can get that working for you. Let's go to connect. Okay, there it is there. You can see my phone. Let's push it off to the side slightly. Okay, so when I open the app on my phone, it will appear differently. I'll show you what I mean. So it appears as an incoming message, so it's on the left in a different coloration. That's because the app on my phone knows it's called Dave iOS. For instance, if I write a message here, which will go back to my IDE, you'll see the difference. I'm pressing send now. So on the left hand side it thinks it's an outie, it thinks it's going out, so that's fine. Now if we come back to here, at the moment I don't have a polling going on, so if you just click the header that will do refresh. And then you can see the the messages. So what we'll do is we're using MySQL and LiveCode Server to send messages from the IDE to the phone and back again. And in each case, we can see on the IDE, I know this is me writing and it's the phone writing, and on the phone, ditto as well. And you can have 3 or 4 or 5 people doing that. So I'm just going to close the phone for now. I'll show you some code. I'm not going to show you a lot of code because I want to keep this fairly short. And to do the whole thing, you need quite a long time. So this is the LiveCode script I'm using, a little web service, very simple. Here I am getting some data. I'm doing a basic connection test here. Here, assuming there is a connection working properly, and you can see once you look at the code, you can see how that works. I'm getting the data that's been sent up to the script, connecting to a database. I'm not showing you here my actual connection strings and passwords I'm using with the database. Here, if the action is a read, I'm doing a select. I'm getting data from the database, and here I'm doing a write. Okay, so it all works pretty quick, really. Let's see if I can show you how this works. So, for instance, in the excuse me, just go away there for a minute. Right, in the pre-open card of message of the card, I call act read messages. So that's a handler. You can see it down there. What that does is it goes off to the script and says, are there any messages for my channel? If it finds some, puts a value into there, into S messages, and I create an array and send that array off to the message list handler within group messages. That's some of the lovely Ben Bowman code there. You can see, by the way, I've got other data I could use. I'm not showing author or time here. There's lots of stuff we could be showing. So there's lots of extra stuff you could add to this excuse me, app if you wish. The way it works is I make use of in templates and out templates, and within each template I've got a button, excuse me, and I've got a field, and then we've got code to make sure that they show properly. Within the messages group, we have code that destroys all the groups within there and builds new ones as they need. So it'll be dynamically. It'll show longer as you wish. I've tried to make the code modular, which is good, I think, because the code towards the the controls and the card level will be to do with the user interface, the GUI, and the stuff that's farther away from that can be to do with, for instance, in this case, connecting to the database. So I've made a substack, basically kind of a library stack, called cgi.data. So in here, you can see this is some of the handlers I've got in here, which are called in other parts of the code. This is CGI remote sex. This is just checking have we got a connection. CGI read messages. This is how we get data from it, and this is how we write messages. And I've made use of a really nice CGI execute handler, which I think I stole from Ian from LiveCode, which is a really nice way of doing connecting nicely to the database and getting stuff back again. So I think I might stop around. Oh no, there's a couple of other things I should show you. In the resources that I send out, I'm going to be including this code.rtf document, and this has got all the code within each of the all the script for each of the controls in there. So that should be of use to you there. The other thing I should show you is right. I'll be sending out something like this. This full of learning resources. In it, it's got you will have 2 stacks. One is messages empty, which is got all the controls you need in there. It's got the each of the groups and the buttons and things you'll need in there, but it's got no code in. So if you really wish to, you could do a copy and paste to get things working. If you're not quite sure how to make something work, you could also use messages complete, so that's the complete working stack. And then I got other things you might need, like the images which needs to be included within your stack, and the scripts. At any stage, if you want to know more, get me on the LiveCode forum is probably the best way, or contact me directly. But if you get me in the forum, then everyone can see the discussions as regards what's going on. If you find any bugs, obviously, please do let me know, and I'll bring out a new version. So I think that's about it. I think I'll stop now. I hope you have fun learning from it. Please let me know of any bugs that you found. If you make new extra parts to it, please do let us know. And have fun and good luck.